Wow, a lot of things have happened since the last time we talked to you guys. Welcome to the Morning Skate, episode 351. Your host, Ked, co-host, Brownie, producer, podcast extraordinaire, Jesse. Fellas, what's going on? How are you guys doing?
Chilling. Not watching the Rangers right now, though.
Attaboy. What about you, Brownie? How you doing over there? I feel like you're something's going on there.
No, I'm good. I was listening to you guys when I was trying to figure out my camera, and you were trying to guess. It was the workbench. The camera was face down.
Okay. I thought it was a Heineken bottle.
No, this workbench is an old countertop from a job. So,
that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
I upcycle. You said, hey, if you're gonna do the Four Nations, I just popped into me after the first story. Bring up the Four Nations because the first story leads into it.
Leads into it. Attaboy.
And then you said to tell you NFL.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick. So every Sunday, me and Clap and my buddy Tony. His name's actually Anthony Soprano. His name's Tony Soprano. Like legit, which is hilarious. I swear.
You talked about him in the past.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I swear to God. So this kid's a fucking savage. We called him Cowboy because he's reckless and lawless. Like when we used to play beer league back in my early 20s, he was on my team, and it's no hitting, nothing like that. But I could be like, "Hey, Cowboy," and he looked at me and I point at somebody and he's like, "You sure?" I go, "Yeah," and he go out and he just fucking blow him up. Like he was our enforcer. He's awesome guy, and he's money on betting. So every Sunday, I put like $50 in my account at the beginning of the year. Never really followed football. Every Sunday, me, him, and Clap put a parlay in. So Clap sends the active players who's inactive. I send the weather report, and Tony just takes a shit, gets high, and comes up with these parlays. And normally there's 11 team parlays, and dude, he hits like
wait, how many? 11?
Yeah.
So he does like the whole early slate.
Yeah, and he normally goes 10 for 11. I've never seen anything.
No way.
It's
Maybe
fucking
start
crazy.
doing 9-team parlays.
So this week we cut it down to I think 5 or 6, right? And last week we put a bet in on NFL and hockey. I blacked out and I woke up and I had $400. I had like $250 in my account. I'm like,
nice.
This is fucking cool. And I'm not like a big better gambler, whatever. So this week we go down to 5 or 6. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm putting 100 on it. Like I started with 50, whatever happens.
That's how they get you.
So he hits the first 5 going into the 6th game, and it's the Chargers and the Chiefs. And I think the over under was like 38. And we had bet an over under on the Chiefs early in the year, and it didn't hit. So all day I was just like, fuck if it gets to this game, whatever. We go 5 for 6. So I could either ride that game and make like 350, or I could cash out for 220. And I had no idea what to do. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I call my mom, of course. I'm like, hey, I got some gambling advice. Like, yeah, I need some advice. I ended up cashing out and it hit. My question for you guys is, am I a giant pussy for cashing out?
No, I would have done the same.
Well, if I'm going to call you a pussy, it's for calling your mom.
Well, no, because I felt like I needed somebody responsible in my life to really kind of like reel me in, because I was ready.
The fact that you have no one else that's responsible in your life except for your mom, who's a saint, God bless her. Yes. But still, like, she wants to be fielding that call from you on a Sunday. Hey, Mom, what do you think I should do?
Yeah, she wasn't too thrilled with it, but ended up winning. Whatever. I don't know why we were even talking about this. Let's just do Mea Culpa. See what we fucked up.
Hi, this is Mea Culpa, and I'm here to introduce the Morning Skates Mea Culpas with Ked and Brownie.
All right, so not a lot of fuck-ups, really, just more answering questions. Chelsea Piers are a series of piers along the Hudson River taking up over 28 acres, and they are situated on piers 59, 60, and 61. That was the Hudson River that you were referring to as the sea. So, close.
It's all a bay.
Revo has been suspended 4 times for a total of 11 games, including 3 in the playoffs, and has been fined 3 additional times. So when he says he's not 30,
yeah, a
little bit.
I think, I would agree with
that. And the MMA guy that was offering to train with Rempe is Michael Iron Chandler, who's 38 years old and boasts a 23-9-0 record with 11 KOs, 7 submissions, and 5 decisions. So
insane.
Definitely not going to hurt Rempe by having him train with him.
No, and I mean, do you guys saw the video last week of the guy who like put somebody in a chokehold?
Yeah.
UFC's going to hockey, man.
Mark Kaslick's in his 4th NHL season. This is his first with Boston. He had 3 in Ottawa.
Good player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I got positive feedback from 3 people about you going, let me just take a spin through Instagram at the end of the episode. So
I don't remember doing that. Why did I do that?
you were like, because I think we wrapped up in under an hour, and you're like, let's see what's on Instagram. And you literally just went through Instagram. And
Okay.
you're like, oh, did you see this? Did you see this? And we talked about it. I think it was like 5-7 minutes, but 3 different people, and not the 2 fucking jackasses that are constantly like, oh, you fucked this up. This was 3 independent people. So,
okay. First star of the podcast. Love that.
there you go. And then our update on running back Ashton Genty from Boise State. The team's now 11-1. He currently has 312 carries for 2288. That's 2,288 yards. 28 TDs for a 7.3 yard for carry average, and he's averaging a clip of 191 yards a game.
He's insane. It is bullshit that Boise got to buy, though. I'm just gonna get out and say that.
I don't think he deserves the Heisman, though. Believe it or not, I don't think he deserves.
The Colorado kid's gonna win.
The kid who plays both ways, yeah, Hunter, yeah. So there you go.
All right, well, let's hop into it, guys. Let's do a little NHL in the news. All right, NHL in the news. So Patrik Laine is back. He's playing for Montreal. The Finnish phenom made his season debut, notched a power play goal on Tuesday to help Montreal beat the Islanders 2-1 in overtime. Also on the board for the Four Nations tournament we're going to talk about, he scored another power play goal tonight. So that's 3 goals in 4 games for Patrik Laine.
Nice. Good for him.
I was talking to my buddy Jay Latulip, friend of the program. Huge Habs fan.
What's his last name?
Latulip.
Okay.
He used to be the captain at Clarkson. He's the best hockey player I've ever played with in my entire life.
Call him Flower?
No, you just call him Jay.
How do you not call him Flower?
I don't know. I guess it just didn't work that way. I don't know.
His last name was Latulip.
Yeah.
Which
he played at Clarkson, and then he had an ECHL contract, or he was trying out. Like, he got to like play with Girardi and Callahan, and then he went overseas and he played for a team called Cardiff. You guys ever heard of those guys?
Yeah.
In the
English,
England, right? Yeah.
I truly believe deep down with everything that I have, if he was my age or like, because he's probably 6 or 7 years older than me, if he was my age or like 5 years younger, he would have been in the show. No doubt.
You have him on. Tell some stories.
He's been on. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah?
He was on like a long time ago. Rob Scuderi's brother, I'm pretty sure, was his roommate at Clarkson. Like, he has some good fucking stories. He's unbelievable. But I was talking to him about Patrik Laine. He loves him. He's like such a typical Montreal thing to get like a Euro in there, wears cool clothes. Like, they're gonna love him. He's pretty high on the Canadians. And I was telling him, like, back when he was on the Jets, like in his early days. I mean, this was a while ago because I remember talking to my dad about it. Like, he was a guy that could literally take over a game.
Yeah.
And then it seemed he did it, and then one day he just stopped doing it, and it was like, what the fuck's going on? And I think Montreal is going to be a sick fit for him. That's
actually, I saw a stat. It's not in the sheet, but I saw a stat about Martin St. Louis.
I saw that,
and it said that he was like this week, I think, for the first time since he's been a coach, he's had no one injured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's had at least one person missing from his starting lineup every game.
That's
crazy. It was about 350 games or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Jesus. I think he's going to be good with the Habs, but he's also made the Finnish Four Nations tourney team. So we're going to run through this really quick. I'm just going to name the names. Of course, I pull up my phone and it's not there. It is. So on Team USA, Matt Boldy, Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, Jake Gensel, Jack Hughes, Chris Kreider, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Brock Nelson, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, and Vincent Trocheck. On defense, it's Brock Faber, Adam Fox, Noah Hannafin, Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, and Zach Werenski. And then our goalies are Connor Hellebuck, Jake Ottinger, and Jeremy Swayman. Team USA, pretty interesting that you go with Kreider and Trocheck.
Agreed.
Instead of Caulfield, Tage Thompson, or even Clayton Keller.
You think it has to do with the markets?
I don't know if it has to do with them. I hope it doesn't. I hope it has to do with, like, they actually think that that's the best team that's going to win. My only issue with Kreider's good on the power play. We can all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to be on a top line here. So, like, he needs to
fill a power play specialist.
He needs to fill a role of being a grinder, like being a hard, and he doesn't do that on the Rangers.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
I didn't know Hannafin was on that. He wasn't on the roster I saw earlier. I would say, I mean, whatever. I know you guys all love Matthews, but I would say that the defensive core and the goalies are the best I've seen.
Yeah, I would agree.
For sure.
Out of these 4 teams. And I think it's also, I don't want to get like on a whole like geopolitical thing, but I think it's horseshit that like these are the only 4 teams.
Oh God, Coach Carp's here too.
There he is. Surprise.
What's up, Carp?
Why do you say it like that, Ked?
Well, I heard a boom. No, I said it like that because I took a deep breath and I was like, is somebody gonna be dressed up in a fucking Revolutionary War uniform right now? And I scrolled down and it was you. You in that uniform probably would have gotten a better response out of me.
I'd look pretty good in it, I think.
Yeah,
I think so. I
gotta get the beard a little fuller though for like the full effect.
So I have a question for you guys. Well, first off, Carp, thank you for joining us. I just mentioned that Kreider would have to take on more grinder role.
Carp, this is Jesse. This is Coach Carp. He is the associate head coach of the Northeastern women's hockey team. Nice. They are on break. He's a good friend of mine, and he's been standing by every night that Ked flaked over the last 5 days. So he's still here.
All right. So can we talk hockey? Can we get into this thing? Because I have a question for you guys. So I just mentioned Kreider's going to have to buy into this like role of a grinder if he's going to play for the Team USA, right? He doesn't do it with the Rangers. Can I be like somewhat optimistic that he goes to this USA camp practices, realizes that he's not going to be a skill guy, buys into being that guy that Team USA needs to be a grinder, to be a forechecker, and carries that into the season moving on? Or am I just shot?
Yeah, you're shot. Not a fucking chance.
Fuck, guys, come on. That's what I've been telling myself all week.
Not a chance. You know what's going to happen to Kreider? He's going to go there and he's going to pal around with Matthews and Hughes and all the other floaters, and they're going to have this little clique, and they're going to be talking fashion tips and how he grooms his mustache and how he does his eyebrows, and he's going to go out there and get worked. And if the United States have any chance of winning this, they need to bury Kreider on the bench.
I'll tell you what, dude. They do have some snarl, though. JT Miller's a prick to play against. The Kachuk brothers are obviously a prick to play against. Dylan Larkin's really hard to play against. They have some guys on the forward line.
You said Trocheck, right?
He's sucked all year. You hope. Trocheck will be a guy because right now
he's got more snarl than Kreider.
Right now, I think Trocheck thinks he's way cooler than he actually is. He had a big year with Panarin and Lafreniere, and he kind of got away from being a rat and more like trying to score all the time. I've seen him complain to referees more this year than he has actually battled. So I think this tournament will actually be good for Trocheck. But I mean, I kind of like Team USA. I'll go. Let's go to Canada, right?
Well, if there's anyone here that understands building a roster, maybe we should defer to the guy who does it for a living.
Well, I mean, the floor's open.
I'm looking at the roster right now. I actually haven't even seen it, to be totally honest with you.
Okay. I think that I think Team USA, I agree with Brownie. I think our defense and goalie, I think, would be the best. Our forwards, what I'm optimistic about is you definitely have some high-level talent, but you also have some fucking rats. I like seeing that.
I'm with you on Cole Caulfield and Tage Thompson being
excluded
from this. Like I probably would have given it to Trocheck and maybe not Kreider for one of those guys.
And I don't mind Brock Nelson being on the team because he's the scientist, dude. That guy's a pretty complete hockey player, in my opinion. Like I think he's pretty fucking solid.
Oh yeah, I just think that it's a very. I mean, maybe it will work out for them, but it's a very like each line is going to have a different personality, and you're going to be able to relax in a different way. Like obviously the offensive talent of like Matthews, you're going to be like, all right, the defense are going to have to dial in, but then you're like, at least I don't have to worry about getting crushed into the end boards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't know. I think if I were to run a team, like you said, I feel like each line's going to have an identity. Like people are really going to have to buy into their roles, and I don't know if I see a lot of that, at least for the Rangers.
Who's the coach? Sullivan, right?
The Rangers coach?
No. The Four Nations. Mike Sullivan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Let's hop into Canada. We'll do all the teams, and at the end we'll see who's going to win, right? So Canada, you got Sam Bennett, Anthony Cirelli, Sidney Crosby, Brandon Hagel, Seth Jarvis, Travis Konechny, Nathan McKinnon, Brad Marchand, Mitch Marner, Connor McDavid, Braden Point, Sam Reinhart, and Mark Stone.
Wow. They don't need a defense.
Defense, Cale Makar, Josh Morrissey, Colin Parayko, Alex Pietrangelo, Travis Sanheim, Shea Theodore, Devon Taves, Then their goaltending is Binnington, Hill, and Montembeault.
That's the weakest point.
Yeah, I think so too. Although
weak
Binnington did win a
points,
cup, like he's played in big moments, so like I don't think he'll shy away from that. I don't know if he's starting. I would assume he'd be starting, but
Yeah, their goaltending suspect, but I mean that forward line and then the defense too. Good lord.
yeah, their D's pretty. You know what's funny though is I feel like that. So Cale Makar, Josh Morrissey, Pietrangelo, Theodore, Taves, and then you got to pick between Sanheim and Franco. I'm not huge on those two.
Doesn't matter. They're barely, I could play the sixth defenseman.
Yeah.
Shea Theodore's. I mean, thank God this guy's on. He's one of my favorite players in the league, and he doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Finland, Sebastian Aho, Joel Armia, Alexander Barkov, Mikael Granlund, Eric Haller, Rope Hintz, Capo Kakko, Patrik Laine, Arturi Lehkonen, Anton Lundell, Eetu Luosterainen, Mikko Rantanen, Teuvo Teravainen. Defense, Joni Hakanpää, Miro Heiskanen, Esa Lindell, Nico Mikkola, Olli Mata, Rasmus Ristolainen, Juuso Valimaki. Then their goalies are Kevin Lankinen, Jukka-Pekka Luukkonen, and UC Saros. Stick taps to me for being able to pronounce
very
all
good.
You crushed. I was just gonna say
That was literally like the Will Ferrell moment in.
when he blacks out in old school and he just
old school. I couldn't think of the name of the movie. Yeah.
to me, I think this is an annoying team to play against. I'm not too blown away by their skill and shit, but like this could be a team that's going to be in it until like the third period, and you get a bad bounce and they go and score.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they might be the best defensive lineup I've seen. As a team, not just talking defensemen. I'm talking as a team. I think their identity is going to be
a lot of two-way forwards. Yeah, for sure.
I think that a lot of these guys will mesh well together. For sure. Yeah.
Well, they've all played together.
I'm
Finns are weird.
I'm surprised by Capo Kakko though.
I mean, I don't know.
They got to sell
the
tickets
bubble.
on the East Coast, man. It's what all these Rangers are on.
I don't know who's on the bubble. And then you got Team Sweden. You got Philip Forsberg, Adrian Kempe, Joel Eriksson, Gustav Nyquist, Lucas Raymond, Elias Lindholm, Victor Arvidsson, Elias Pettersson, Jesper Bratt, William Karlsson, William Nylander, Leo Carlsson, and Mika Zibanejad. Then you got Rasmus Andersson, Matthias Ekholm, Jonas Berdin, Rasmus Dahlin, Gustav Forsling, Eric Carlson, Victor Hedman, and then they got Jacob Markstrom, Philip Gustafson, and Linus Ullmark.
Linus.
Yeah, this team, I don't know, man. Mika Zibanejad sucks. Same thing.
Same
thing though. Could this tournament kick his ass into gear because now he's playing for his country?
No.
You don't think that somebody needs to reset to understand why the fuck they're playing hockey? Like,
have you seen the way he's been playing at all? It's just it's uncompetitive. It's uninspired. It's miserable. I hate it.
I'm gonna play something into my mic. I hope that you guys can hear this because Sean Avery.
Oh, is this Mika's music?
No, so you know how Sean Avery does like he watches the games and like he'll like put his little pointer. Yeah, see if I
dry hair. Watch him shoot his pants. Look at that duster. Huge goal. Look at that dye job. Look at that duster. Watch Mika get his pants right here from the forechecker. Doesn't want to get hit. Turns it over. Gets lost in front of the net. Cross ice seam pass. Goal.
Yep. That's what I've been seeing.
That's Mika on the back check.
Mika Zibanejad shit his pants. Fucking right, Avery. Somebody's got to call that fucking pussy out.
It's been all season.
So those four teams I just read to you, I would think USA and Canada would be the favorites out of those, but I also think nothing's going to be easy here. I think any game's going to be a crapshoot, really.
I think Finland's going to grind it out for sure.
Mm-hmm. Carp, what do you think?
I think the best mix of finesse and grit goes to Canada without a doubt. Like I think they get the best mixture of players that could mesh very, very well together. The only hesitation I have in saying it's going to be a runaway is goaltending.
Yeah,
because it doesn't matter. You could have Brownie, you, and Jesse on the first line, and if you got a goaltender that gets hot at the right time, you always get a chance.
That's not the way I thought you were going to go with that. I was going to say, like, and you have a shitty goaltender, you're still not going to win. But you went the
other way. Yeah.
You went the other way.
Yeah. Well, you told me years ago you don't like to back check, and I'm 90% sure in the Four Nations tournament you're going to have to mix in a little bit of that.
Listen, it's not that I don't like to back check; it's that I like to spread the ice.
you don't like to back check. It's not you don't like to back check, it's you don't want to back check.
No, I spread the ice. That's what I tell people.
I don't think you're making the argument you think you're making. I don't think that makes it better.
I think it's funnier.
Yeah.
He likes it a lot more. Sure.
You want to back check? No, dude, I'm fucking taking you with me, dude. 4-on-4 in that zone. Have fun.
I think this is Canada's tournament to lose. I do agree with you, the goaltending. But that kid was Aiden Hill, right? Wasn't that the middle goalie you mentioned?
Yes.
Yeah.
He can get streaky fucking hot.
Yeah.
And if he gets hot at the right time, Canada is going to work the other three teams.
Agree.
I'm very surprised about Montembeault being on that team. I just don't think he's been good enough to be warranted for a roster spot.
But who else would you put there instead?
You know
what's weird? They were talking about Joey Daccord. Does he have citizenship? And they put it out there, and then they didn't even take him.
What about Marc-Andre Fleury? Why not him?
I was surprised they didn't give the Flower there a little send off. But
I would take Flower over Montembeault every day of the week,
without a doubt.
And then somebody put together a Team Russia team. They're obviously not playing. But here's their forwards: Artemi Panarin, Kirill Kaprizov, Alex Ovechkin, Matvey Michkov, Evgeny Malkin, Pavel Buchnevich, Ivan Barbashev, Vlad Nemestikov, Nikita Kucherov, Andrei Svechnikov, Valery Nishushkin, and Kirill Marchenko. On defense, Mikhail Sergachev, Alex Romanov, Vladislav Gavrikov, Dmitry Orlov, Dmitry Kulikov, Artem Zub, and then there's their goalies: Andrei Vasilevsky, Igor Shesterkin, and Sergei Bobrovsky.
They would win. They'd kill it.
I don't know.
I don't think win, but they'd be in it for sure.
They're tough. They're tough. They're tough to play against, but they're not gritty. I don't think they're gritty enough. Maybe.
These are all played on Olympic sheets too, right? This tournament? Oh no, they're not. They're played here. No, they're not. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're in. Was it Montreal and Boston?
Montreal and Boston. Yeah.
That changes fucking everything. That's the only reason why I thought Kreider made the team, because of his straight line speed. If it's not an Olympic sheet, how do you not take Thompson, Caulfield, or fucking Keller?
I will say I saw a thing there. The people that were left off the Canadian team was a pretty good squad.
Yeah, Bedard. I love when they do that whenever there's an Olympics. It's like, here's Team Canada A, and then here's Team Canada B.
Right.
And it's like, shit, they're still really fucking
It'll be fun to watch. I'll tell you that.
Let's hop in other shit. Igor Shesterkin, 8 years, 11.5, which is the largest goalie contract in NHL history. I'm terrified that they're going to do exactly what they did with Henrik Lundqvist. That would be my biggest thing.
All the money's at the goalie, and they can't get anybody around them.
That, and their goalie's so good, it hides the deficiencies of their team where they don't actually go out. Like, I think their goalie makes them believe that they're good.
I agree. I think they've been deficient in the defense for at least the last 3 or 4 years.
If you look at Henrik Lundqvist, man, who were his top forwards when he was our goalie? It was Rick Nash, who fucking sucked. Derek Stepan, who's like a pretty good number 2 center. Like, who'd they have?
You two are the Rangers fans.
They had, when they had Gabrick, but it was just Gabrick. Yeah. They had Brad Richards. Like, they didn't. I don't know.
I just think it's good that the Rangers finally got their cap under control by moving Trouba, and then went out and signed Shesterkin all this money, put themselves right back in the same pickle.
So you bring it up. New York Rangers sent Jacob Trouba, 30-year-old D, with this year with another $8 million to Anaheim for Euro Vakanainen.
Yep.
25-year-old D under contract this year at 1.1, then an RFA and a conditional 2025 4th-round pick. Didn't have to retain any salary.
The best part of that.
So the Rangers have sucked. We can all kind of agree on that. They're not playing at all like they did last year. They needed to do something. I'm okay with them trading Trouba. Like, big contract.
Better than waiving them.
I hate
you get your money back, right? Yeah. The only issue that I have with this is I hope that they don't think Jacob Trouba was the reason that they stink, because their defense, they're going to get pushed around in front of the net now. And the real reason why the Rangers have not played well this year, other than the fact that their defensemen have been playing all that great, is they've played the majority of the year without a number 1 and number 2 center. Mika Zibanejad and Vincent Trocheck have stunk all fucking year. So you go out and you move Trouba. I don't really. Maybe he was more of a headache in the locker room than people thought he was.
I think after everything that happened in the summer with him, I think it became more of a problem than people think it might have. Because they were talking about wanting to get rid of him in June, July,
right.
You know? So you don't forget about that stuff. If you're supposed to be the captain of the team, and the way that it came out, just the way that it was handled was not good. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm okay with our captain not
And they
paying
lost
in their downtime. I'm all right with that. Carp, you have anything on this?
Rangers.
Yeah.
I will say I don't know how it is in New York, but here in Boston, what they do is on your way out of town, they try to paint you everything is your fault. That seems to be the way the teams do things here. Red Sox are notorious for it. The Bruins kinda. Patriots have done it. I don't know if the Celtics. I don't really watch.
So Trouba did the opposite. Trouba blamed everything on the Rangers.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, I wonder is this Drury or not? Whoever's saying stuff, is this their way of saying, "Oh, hey, he's gone now"?
I don't know if anybody's really saying that. That was just more or less my speculation.
Okay. Oh, I thought you got that from like Larry Brooks or something.
No, like the whole him trying to be moved out after the playoffs last year was absolutely correct, but there was never a reason why other than the fact that people just think he's not good and he can't skate anymore. But like he tries to.
The kid Vakanainen is a good player. He can skate he's got good wheels. He's got good hockey sense. He was good here. I don't remember what deal he left as part of, but I mean, he could grow into something for you.
That's hopeful. I have no idea about him. I was just trying to look him up when it happened. So I'm glad to hear that.
He's a good player. He's like he reminds me of like a poor man's Grizzly.
There you go. But he's not. He wasn't as injury prone as Grizzly.
No. But he gets the puck up ice. He
Yeah.
makes good first pass.
Yeah.
Good in transition. He's not going to score you a million goals, but he's great because you always know what you're going to get from him.
It's some physical play to him too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he had an edge for sure. Yeah.
So maybe it'll work out for you.
I was sad to see him leave.
Yeah, same.
Brownie, I'm gonna skip the next one because I don't know who the fuck that is.
Well, no, I put it in there because basically Colorado just went and got the Devil's old goalie room.
Yeah, and did I call it?
They're so much better.
Or did I fucking call it? Alex Georgiev, see you the fuck later, bud. Him, Nikolai Kovalenko, and a 5th round pick and a 2026 second round pick to San Jose from Mackenzie Blackwood, Giovanni Smith, and a 5th round pick. Colorado winning the cup is back on, in my opinion.
Well, the previous one you didn't mention was Wedgwood. So they got Wedgwood and Blackwood both in Colorado. And you don't think Giovanni Smith's going to be out there? No, Nate, you don't have to get hit like that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his role.
I mean, their biggest thing was their goaltending. Georgiev stinks.
Yeah.
He stinks.
Yeah.
So very happy to see that. Nice to know that I know a little bit about hockey. That's kind of right there. And then
he's gonna get lit up in San Jose. It's gonna be funny.
Let's go to Calgary. So Calgary, when the Flames hosted Columbus earlier this week, both teams took to the ice in Johnny Gaudreau sweaters for warm-ups, and he was given the number 1 star at the conclusion of the game. Calgary won 3-0. Jenks had a cool write-up about it.
Yeah, I'll say this. I just want to say one thing about Jenks. He doesn't write that often. He's out on the oil fields saving lives, but I will say this. The kid's the moral compass of the morning skate in terms of his heartfelt blogs about Chicago, about Calgary. And when Jenks writes, you should go stop what you're doing and go read it. So shout out to Jenks.
Obviously sad, cool that both teams went out and did that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad.
I like the whole bench thing that they did with that they made out of hockey sticks that were left at the memorial. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Good Edmonton. Connor McDavid recorded his 23rd career assist streak of at least 5 games played and tied of Evgeny Malkin for the second most among active players behind Sid. The kid has done it 28 times. Sheesh.
Yep.
And then bad Edmonton. The NHL has fined Jeff Skinner $2,000 for embellishment. He's been cited on 2 different diving offenses. Grew up a figure skater. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I did not.
That's why his edge works so good.
Yeah, good player. St. Louis turf Drew Bannister, 9-12-1 so far this season, months into his new 2-year contract, and then recently fired Jim Montgomery. He signed a 5-year deal. His wife's from St. Louis, and I know he has a lot of roots there. And then also Jordan Bennington was honored for setting the St. Louis all-time win record at 152. Where does that lie in the overall NHL?
I'm glad you asked. I have that information.
All right.
Because I can't stand Bennington, so I looked this all up. Bennington, because it sounded to me like 152 wins for the all-time St. Louis. I was like, that doesn't sound like a whole heck of a lot of wins.
Wasn't Grant Fuhr there for a bit?
Grant Fuhr doesn't have it there. But But I looked it up, right? 1, 2, 3. There's 4 teams that have less wins as their total win. Besides that, it's Arizona with 130. It's Brizgalov. Vegas with 117. Marc-Andre Fleury. Seattle with 50 with Philip Grubauer. And Utah has 6. Connor Ingram. That's it.
Interesting.
And the next lowest is 194. So they're honoring him for something that's pretty pedestrian, in my opinion.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I don't think Binnington's a good goalie.
No, I just thought that was a clever word saying pedestrian. I like that.
Well, that's so I got a trivia for you. There's 2 goalies that have the most wins for 2 different clubs.
Wow.
Who are they?
Patrik Laine.
Nope. I thought Waugh too for Montreal. He does have Colorado. He doesn't have Montreal.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Fleury for
Pittsburgh
Vegas
and Minnesota.
Pittsburgh and Vegas. He has the most.
Vegas. Okay,
Yep.
Fleury. And then
Is he active still?
Luongo.
That's it. Luongo, Florida, and
How
Van.
bad, dude? I'm fucking buzzing tonight, boys.
There you go.
We mentioned Artem Zub a little while ago. I didn't know who he was. He plays for Ottawa. He'll be out for a while, per Travis Green. Morning skate difference. Chicago fired Luke Richardson after 8-16-2 start to the season. His third behind the bench for the Blackhawks. Anders Sorensen, coach of the HL Rockford Ice Hogs, named intern, becomes the first Swedish-born head coach in NHL history.
Good on you.
I thought that soccer coach for the Sabres was Swedish.
Who?
Remember they had a coach that like he was a soccer coach?
No.
Like recently. Am I making this up?
I don't know.
Ted Lasso?
I don't really
Jesse, can you look that up? Can you look up Buffalo Sabres coach soccer? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's Brownie. That's essentially what I thought had happened, but with Buffalo. PWHL debuted and added a new rule. The no escape rule traps the 4 players on the ice at the start of the PK and cannot change until the next whistle. Immediately paid dividends in Boston's first game, and Hillary Knight put one home just 20 seconds into the power play with players on the ice for Toronto who are not normally out there for penalty kills. Interesting.
So, Carp, as a coach, what do you think of that?
I don't know if there's a lot you can do because I don't think you're ever going to predict that you're going to take a penalty.
Right.
To be honest with you,
would that affect how you would build your lines?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't think so. To be honest with you, because even with like with the jailbreak rule, we still try to score on the PK if we can. I don't think it would necessarily change stuff. I think it might potentially put a little bit more emphasis on matchups.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, but I don't think that it would necessarily change the construction of the individual lines.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Sticking with the PWHL, Minnesota Frost defenseman, one of the dirtiest players probably ever to play hockey. Really,
that was horrible.
Maggie Flaherty. I don't know if you guys know who she is.
I didn't see this.
Yeah,
I haven't either, but she's gutless. She was suspended 2 games for an illegal check to the head of. Oh, it was on Alina. Boston. Alina Mueller.
And Alina's in concussion protocol.
I thought you were saying that because you knew who got hit.
He did.
No, I did.
Oh,
I'm playing the crowd right now. Maggie Flaherty's dead to me.
Horrible hit. That was a targeted hit. Yeah,
really?
Kick her out of the fucking league. There's no room in that in women's hockey, man. See you later, Flaherty. That's what we have on her.
Hold on, Jesse's got the info.
To your point about the what did you say he was Swedish? He's actually Canadian. Ralph Kruger. He was a soccer player, former soccer player or soccer coach, and he head coached Edmonton Oilers, Buffalo Sabres. He has a Swiss passport, but he is Canadian.
Not bad. So he is Ted Lasso, sort of. Kevin Lankinen became the first goalie to start a season with wins in each of his first 10 road games played. Signed this past offseason, 1-year deal, $875K. Added to the Finnish 4 Nations roster. Stick taps to Patrick Alvain, Vancouver.
For finding this kid.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Sticking with stick taps, Sidney Crosby typically hosts a Thanksgiving dinner at his house for teammates who don't have plans or family in town. And per Marcus Peterson, Sid is a good and gracious host, welcomes everyone with open arms, and tells them all that you can stay for however long you want. I
You know
mean,
what's funny is I saw a thing on the Steelers head coach, Mike Tomlin, inviting everybody to his house. I wonder if it's just a Pittsburgh thing.
I like it. I almost would just skip Thanksgiving with my family and just go to Sid's house. Like, hey,
That's what they
Mom.
should do. The Penguins, you want to raise some money for charity? Raffle off one seat at that table for $100.
Wow.
That'd be
Imagine the money they'd make.
That's big money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How much would you pay? All right. How much would you pay to have a seat? You pick the current NHLers Thanksgiving table.
If money
people
wasn't an
are
object-
100% going to outbid me.
Yeah.
What?
I don't have enough money to.
Yeah.
No. Like, what would you spend? Like, if you had, would you spend $1,000?
I'd
go
probably
eat
spend
at
$1 million.
You know?
Yeah, I'd
If
spend a
money
lot
wasn't an
more than
object,
1,000.
I'd spend a
No,
lot.
I'm just saying. I was making it realistic. Like, you would, you know.
I don't know. It'd be cool, but like, dude, I don't have a grand to just be throwing around to go to fucking Brandon
Once in a
Jaminski's
lifetime
house.
memory. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
I get it. I'd be
Yeah.
down.
Minnesota local guy gets a call and has to hoof it through the snow. Minnesota native Travis Boyd got the call up to a game in Calgary and due to a snowstorm had to hop out of the car and stop traffic with team service manager Dom Henning. Ran the last few blocks of Saddle Dome. Good kid, carried his own bag as Elder Henning carried his sticks. That's a beauty move.
That's
Great
awesome. I love
video. Great
Yeah.
video.
And
And we were
with
just talking
Minnesota-
about Erickson Ek, too, by the
Yeah,
way.
sticking with him. He was placed on IR with a lower body injury. Hopefully he'll be good to. Are
Yeah,
you guys
sounds
pumped for the Four Nations tournament? Just really quick. Yes or no? Are you pumped or no?
I'm more pumped than I would be for the All-Star game.
That's
Same.
fair. Yeah.
I'll
agreed.
actually watch this. I was
Yeah,
looking
I'll
up
watch
tickets.
this.
Tickets are kind of expensive.
They're wicked
I've
expensive.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
We
if
were
they
looking-
were a little bit more manageable, I would have tried to have made one. But
I would say that this is, I'd watch this over the All-Star game, but I would watch the Olympics over this.
Oh,
Uh,
100%.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm actually going to make a conscious decision to watch this.
Right.
The All-Star
There you go.
game, I normally get drunk and it's on and I forget about it. Like this, I'm going to make sure like, hey, I have to watch this today.
I take a week off for the All-Star game.
Yeah. Yeah, the All-Star
I
game.
hate it. It's so boring. It's so boring.
The staying power of the flower. The following are the ages of current NHLers when Fleury made his debut. Draisaitl was 7, Matthews was 6, McDavid 6, McCarr 4, Quinn Hughes 3, Jack Hughes 2, Cole Caulfield 2, Tim Stützle 1, and Yarif Slavkovsky, Matev, Michkov, Connor Bedard, and Macklin Celebrini weren't born yet. We don't have really anything about him, but have you guys seen the Celebrini kid? Because he's nasty.
oh, yeah.
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 I
I've
watched
seen
him a
it.
lot.
Very good.
I've
Sorry,
seen him
go
a
ahead.
lot. He was
I
at
was going to say, you
BU.
saw him in college, right?
Yeah, I saw him a lot. He
Yeah.
is the real deal.
I think like zone entries, he's like up in the league, which is pretty to me like impressive because he's what is he 18? And he
Yeah.
just has the confidence to fucking skate the puck the whole way
Because he
down.
carries it. He doesn't dump. He carries it in. That's why.
I like that.
He is so smart. Like
he's
he
got finesse,
just makes
too.
everybody around him so much better. It's
Mhm.
incredible what he can do.
Exclusive company, Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky are in an exclusive group. The two legends are the only players in NHL history with at least 600 goals, 1,600 assists, 3 Stanley Cups, and 2 Conn Smythe trophies. So
Wow.
That's sick. I mean,
That's disgusting.
that's not bad.
see, if you were at Sid's house for the Thanksgiving, you could probably see his trophy room.
That would be
Gotta spend that 1,000, man.
now we are gonna dump in change.
All right. So a week ago Sunday, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw, catch, and rush for a TD in a single game. And then yesterday, Monday?
Yes.
Today's Monday, right? Yesterday, he went out and became the first player at any position to have 3 passing and 3 rushing TDs in a game in NFL history.
And the most important stat here is he's now engaged to Haley's what's it, Steinfeld?
Steinfeld, yeah.
Oh, good on you, Josh Allen.
Do you know in last week he got a receiving and a rushing touchdown in the same play?
Yeah, yeah. And
That's cool.
he had him. He started himself in fantasy. He said after the game, so he was very happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's such a cool point. I never think if like the players pick themselves for their fantasy teams.
Mm.
Think, yeah.
Well, added motivation.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that.
Germans Friede Kuhne and Lucas Ermler set a new world record after balancing on a slack line between 2 flying hot air balloons at a height of 2,500 meters, which is approximately 8,202 feet. No parachutes, but they were clipped to the line, and they both walked it.
I can't ever imagine waking up one day, opening my eyes, and being like, "This is what I'm doing today."
That's stupid.
I wouldn't even want to be on the hot air balloon.
No, hot air balloons freak me out, dude. They're cool to look at, but I would never go up in one of those things.
Houston Texans linebacker Aziz. Oh my God, I put this stuff in the document like you were reading.
I thought his name was Maggie Flaherty.
Yeah. Well, this guy was suspended for 3 games following a late hit on Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence. A 3-game suspension in the NHL is equal to a 14-game suspension in the NHL. This was a very dirty hit. But I will say, we were talking about this at work. The fact that Patrick Mahomes, who's like the NFL's Austin Matthews, we could say, he does that fake slide, and then the players hold up, and then he runs for another 7 or 8 yards.
He's going to get blown up one day.
They have to start flagging that. That should be a penalty.
Either flag it or just have somebody lay him
now. Oh, good.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
It should be. Ken, you're a Mets guy, right? The Mets signed Juan Soto to the largest contract in professional sports history when he signed for a 15-year, $765 million contract, which is $51 million a year. And I saw someone today online had it broken down yearly, weekly, all the way down. He's going to be making $1.62 a second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I think it was like 93 an hour or something like that. I wish.
I was talking to my buddy today. I would have been more okay with him signing with the Red Sox. The fact that he went to the fucking Mets.
So many Yankees fans are so upset over this.
I'm pretty fucking pissed. Like, that should show you that the Yankees are a joke of a fucking franchise. Because George Steinbrenner never would have let that happen.
No, never.
Ever.
No way.
Ever.
Didn't they offer close to the same amount of money, the Yankees?
Steinbrenner would have thrown in an extra three or fucking. He would have paid him $1 billion probably, just so the Mets didn't get him. It's like the little brother who is a fucking idiot and like pees on himself, somehow gets like the fucking pick of the litter, while the golden child's sitting there with a thumb up his ass, being like, "Oh, what just happened here?" It's embarrassing. New York sports for me right now are in fucking shambles, boys. Rangers suck. The Giants can't even.
Bro, I saw that missed field goal that they had. I don't watch football or baseball, but goddamn, man, what the fuck?
The fucking Yankees. I think the Knicks are okay. So like, but fuck basketball.
Yeah,
literally, the only thing I have going for me right now is the Volunteers, and they just got fist fucked into a game at Ohio State coming up in the playoff. I am.
At least you've got that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want it. Like Tennessee home football games, you're going to win every single time because the crowd is so fucking loud. I can't tell you how many times this year I was watching a game and it was like 3rd down and the team got a delay game because they couldn't hear what the fuck was going on. Like, our stadium is fucking sick and we don't get to do it, which blows. And then you have Boise State, SMU making it over Bama. There was just a lot going on in college football this week. But yeah, right now I'm in shambles. There's nothing I can put on my TV to watch other than like fucking porn. That's
Rangers
about all
just
I got
lost
right
too,
now.
so to the Blackhawks. So
We lost?
Yep.
Fire fucking Laviolette. Trade them all. I'm done with this fucking team, dude. They just lost to the worst team in hockey.
2-1. We can go fuck ourselves. No big deal.
New coach, honeymoon. It's the honeymoon phase still.
Yeah. They got that. The Blackhawks got that new coach bump.
Yeah, that's how it works.
It, man.
Fuckers.
Should have bet against the
They're
Rangers.
so fucking bad, dude. I can't wait to hear what we're talking about post game. Laviolette's going to say we gave him too many chances, like every fucking press conference.
Going back to this Juan Soto thing, has a long contract like this ever worked for the Mets, or are they going to be paying this guy?
Aren't they still paying Bobby Bonilla? Right, he still gets a check every spring.
Yep.
And you know what I do like about this? Like a big fuck you to Juan Soto. First off, fuck you, Juan Soto, and second off, buddy, you're still gonna have to beat the Dodgers.
One of our live viewers just dropped. It was probably him.
Probably. The Mets still have to beat the Dodgers. So good fucking luck. I hope they don't make a World Series the entire time he's there.
He's not gonna care.
No, he doesn't give a shit.
$51 million a year.
Yeah, but the Mets fans will care.
Yeah.
The Mets fans will care. So
All right. Well, a cafe in Middleborough, Mass. is encouraging the good vibes as they run
need some.
promos for free coffee. The last one was if you came into the Milano Cafe dancing, you got a free large coffee. The plan to do these promos once a month, posting Easter eggs on social media to let people know. So good on you to the
That's
Milano Cafe.
Can you
This
imagine
is
me
my
just, like,
favorite
Can you
story.
imagine me just like fucking buckled, bring it in, just going in there, start dancing for a coffee? They're like, "What the fuck are you?"
You're like,
doing?
not today,
I
buddy.
need it.
With your Mets jersey.
Just like grinding in the corner. Like, why? What is this kid doing?
So, talking college football, Southern Illinois grad assistant coach Michael Lindauer came out of retirement as injuries decimated the quarterback room. He had retired from football the previous spring after having a career without throwing a pass in a game. After losing their top 3 quarterbacks on the depth chart to injuries, Lindauer dusted it off and suited up on senior day, leading the team to a 60-0 win and set a school record for throwing 17 TDs in the game. He passed for 283 yards.
Good on him. That's cool. Cool story.
Way to walk off as a legend.
So
What,
we have
Carp?
a
Hey,
high
Carp's
school
doing math. What's the matter?
You said 60-0?
62.
62? That's not 17 touchdowns.
7.
Oh, I thought you said 17.
No. 7.
Oh, my
7.
God. Okay.
So that was 49 and then a bunch of field goals, I guess.
Yeah.
So we
I
have
knew you're doing math.
we have a high school next to us called CBA. It's Christian Brothers Academy, and they're always like the best high school football team around here. And they made the state championship game against another Christian Brothers Academy in Syracuse. My first question before I get into why I even brought this up is Christian Brothers Academy just like a franchise? Like you can just start them wherever and like get like do you think that's a related school? It has to be, right?
Probably.
There's a bunch of Don Boscos, and they're usually really good at sports.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the reason I brought it up is because the one that's from my area was up, I forget how many, and Hail Mary at the end of the game by the Syracuse team. They caught it in the end zone and they ended up winning state. It was literally looked exactly like that Washington Commanders game a couple weeks ago. Where they threw it up and there's a huge pile and it just went behind and the dude just caught it. It looked identical to that. And also shout out Schuylerville, New York. They're right by Saratoga. They won state like class like C or D. So whatever, but still good on them. So that's why I got
that Commanders one was the end of the Bears coach's career right there.
Yeah.
It didn't happen that week, but that was the
Eberflus. Yeah.
So
this
going
is
back to your Christian Brothers Academy thing real quick.
Anyway, Jesse, get involved, kid.
The one in DeWitt, New York, which it says is a suburb of Syracuse, is affiliated to the ones in Albany, New York, and Lincroft, New Jersey, but not the other one that you had mentioned.
Okay. Good to know. Fuck yeah, Jesse. I love that shit, dude. Attaboy. So let's talk Rangers. I'm not even doing it. They're not even fucking worth my breath. Jesse, if you want to talk about them, you can, but I'm going to be pissed off if you do. Up to you.
There's a reason I'm wearing my Seattle shit right now because Seattle's winning and they're not. So
I like that. Fucking right. Let's talk Bruins before I fucking lose my mind.
You want to talk Bruins?
Sure. That's what we got here.
In the 9 games under Joe Sacco, the Bruins are 7-2, heading out on the West Coast.
You.
Trip.
I don't want to talk Bruins anymore, dude. Fucking 7-2.
I mean, this is exactly what we wanted. In my blog, I wrote, we want to go 7-2 or 6-3 over this homestand, 9 games to get everything vibing right, everybody feeling good before they have to go out and run the gauntlet with Winnipeg tomorrow, and then Seattle, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. They won their last 4 games, the longest streak in 2 years. Maybe not that. That might not be correct. And are currently in 3rd place in the Atlantic, 1 point behind Toronto, 3 points behind Florida. They got Zadorov playing 3rd pair, although they're bouncing him around a little bit. Pasternak looks a little injured, but he's feeding people. So, what's his name? Zaka has been loving that. He's got 2 overtime game winners. Marchand had a nice cross-crease feed from him, too. Lohrei, they're letting him loose. No more holding him back. And I will say that it looks like it's a true tandem. They are alternating nights right now. So, hey, if the ghost of Jonas Korpisalo carries Swayman till he gets everything going, then I'm all for it. So there you go. There's your Bruins. I went fast for you.
I appreciate that. Thank
you. I got a couple Bruins questions for you, Brownie, if you don't mind. Do you think the firing and replacing of the coach at that time with the schedule that they had was premeditated?
100%. Because that way Sacco gets a nice bump because the 9 teams they played, none were in the playoff structure.
Yeah.
I love it. See, this is Carp asking a question he knew the answer to.
No, I don't. Because
I thought you were. I thought you were messing. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I was actually because I think Montgomery is such a good coach. I thought it would be a really good opportunity to get right for him.
Yeah, it could have been, but I think they wanted him gone. And the whole thing with Montgomery being without extending him, right, and going into the season a lame duck coach, that's not a vote of confidence. And Sweeney and Neely are not going to fire themselves. So Montgomery was going to be the scapegoat. And Montgomery also, at that point, why would you develop your young guys? He had to stack wins. So that's why the lines went into a blender. Lowry was told not to rush. You know what I mean? And he had to try to win as much as he could. So he was in a tough spot.
Do you think there's a more entertaining rivalry out there than Biz and Marchand right now?
It's a little much. When Biz starts putting on costumes and stuff, I'm like, enough already. But
I love that.
But I love
that video's going live tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, you know that the police station where it happened is charging $300 to every outlet that wants a copy. Yeah, good on them. I mean, might as well. I will say that the Bruins media team doesn't miss. I will say that, and they did that whole honoring the legends, the Centennial game on Saturday. They don't miss on all that stuff. And when they retweeted out Biz's picture after the win, that was great. That was a nice little touch. Yeah.
That drone video they did.
You saw that? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Jesse.
No, I'm sorry. That drone video they did real quick. Amazing.
Oh, they flew through.
So cool. That was so cool.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with that. And someone I knew ran into Tim Thomas outside the Garden, and they asked him why he wasn't down on the ice, and they said it was only captains and players with their numbers in the rafters that they had on the ice. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but Tim Thomas Marchand video on the ice too.
Tim Thomas.
Were you there for that?
I wasn't there.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Tim Thomas would have gotten quite the ovation, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
He was the coach at the alumni game the other day. Yeah.
Cool.
And they had Tuukka Rask playing wing, which I thought was hilarious.
What did you say earlier about their winning streak?
It's a 4-game win streak. It's the longest of the year, longest of the season, I believe.
Of this season. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I might have said previous, but last year they were a lot better.
Yes, they were. 14 wins last year.
No, see? I caught that myself. And then the Huskies.
Yeah.
Look, I can talk, but we got Carp here. I mean,
go for it. I'm grabbing a water. Keep talking.
10-6-1 at the break, tied for second in Hockey East with BC. BU's up by a point. Can we say that Lisa Janssen is her at this point? I would say
she's outstanding.
Yeah,
I'm into what she's doing. That's for sure. Like she's
Hockey East Player of the Month for November. Just named the co-national goaltender of the month by the Hockey Commissioners Association. 4 shutouts and 8 career NCAA starts. Leads the nation in with a .88 goals against and a .967 save percentage. And I just saw from Delaney. Was she the player of the week again this week? I think it was yesterday or today. I saw that. Yeah.
Player of the week.
.88 goals.
I think the best part about that is
good, Jesse. She's 6 foot or 6'1"?
About 6 foot.
And she is so fluid side to side. It's crazy how tall she is and she can cover.
Dude, that one writer is probably so pissed off right now. What the hell is her name?
Nicole.
Her name's probably Maggie. That's probably Maggie Flaherty's mom.
The best part about her run is that she's got a bunch of top 10 wins, top 15 wins too. So it's not like she's running into cupcake games by any means.
Yeah.
But you haven't met her yet, have you?
No, well, briefly when we had the kids in the locker room, but that was chaos, dude. It was like an anthill farm when it exploded.
Brownie, any update on Riley playing hockey?
What's that?
Any update on the daughter playing hockey?
She said it. She said it again the other day. Said it again the other day. Did I tell you that? She after going to the Huskies game and going into the locker room, we came home and watched Inside Out 2, and the character's name is Riley in that movie, and she wears 28, which is my number. So Riley was all like, "Oh my God, Dad!" And then she pulled me, and she was like, "I want to play hockey." And I go, "Yeah, okay." She goes, "You can teach me, and then maybe someday I can play for the Huskies." I was like, "Yeah,
nice.
I like that."
So yeah,
already very ambitious. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know who
the team is off till January 3rd. Team is off till January 3rd. That was the last thing. Yeah.
The PA announcer in Inside Out 2, you know who that is?
Kendall Coyne Schofield, buddy.
Kendall Coyne Schofield. Good for you.
Yeah.
You knew that.
I was on top of that.
You missed one thing, dude.
What?
Katie Knoll.
Yeah, I was going to get to it, but I was letting Carp go. Katie Knoll made her
Oh.
PWHL debut the other day. Good on her.
did.
Her dad had the best Facebook post because I don't agree with a lot of his Facebook posts, but I'll give him that one. He was like, finally, she's got a job, which I thought was great. It was a picture of her with her, and she had a good post because she put up like the promotional picture holding the jersey, and she was like, I guess it's time for winter coats or something to that effect.
Yeah.
But my daughter's like weirdly a little obsessed with Molly Griffin. Weirdly, I don't know.
Wouldn't you be? She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's great, but she just keeps talking about her. Yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, which isn't on the sheet, Skylar Irving, Six Nations tournament starts Wednesday. She has games Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then hopefully Sunday for the Team USA in the Six Nations tourney in Finland.
Yeah.
Yep, Finland. Oh,
yeah.
Good on
it's actually
Terps.
funny. You guys were talking about with Kreider earlier about what his role is going to be on US. She's going to be in a similar spot. She's going to be able to do it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but she kills penalties now and grinds.
Yeah. She kills penalties. She's really strong defensively. I mean, obviously with us, we rely on her in that top six role to produce a ton. And, I don't know what their lines are going to be, but, if I were to guess, probably initially at least third, fourth line role, like play really well defensively, muck it up as much as she can, which she's really, really good at. So, and hopefully she'll be able to produce and work her way up.
Did somebody on this podcast say that she was really elite?
Not here.
That's weird.
Yeah, he listen, Mr. like his like winning lottery ticket. He's like, oh, the fastest kid of the team is gonna be good. You think for this Six Nations they'll put her like first PK to start?
I honestly have no idea what
did they talk to you guys at all, the coaches?
Not me.
Oh, Dave, right.
Yeah, they talked to the big guy.
Yeah. Why is he on crutches, by the way?
No.
I saw a picture of him on crutches on the ice.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. I don't know what that was. I was in Canada. They did their little 3-on-3 tournament.
I know, 3-on-3 tournament. I was waiting for the morning skate invite.
Again, I was in Canada, so you're gonna have to. I'll defer to Coach Berman on that one. It would be pretty sweet to get you guys a morning skate team, 5th team.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Friggin' Ked's talking about showing up drunk at 10 a.m. to get free coffee. So you got to imagine they close by 2 probably, and he's talking about being hammered dancing in the. So
at least you know my character.
Yeah, I get
it. What's so first half under wraps? What's been the biggest surprise for you?
Biggest surprise?
Yeah, roster, team dynamic, anything.
You know what? I don't know if this is necessarily a surprise because I think our league's strong, but like the parity within our league early on has been pretty incredible.
Yeah,
everybody's beating everybody. It's wild, and I love it. Like I think it's awesome, and you can't. Not to say that you ever want to take days off, but like I think 5-6 years ago, it might have been a little bit different, but now it's like you take a day off, you're in a lot of trouble, which is
dude, you take awesome. A period off. You guys,
seriously,
yeah.
And some teams you take a shift off, bang bang.
Yeah,
it's pretty unbelievable. But as far as surprises go, I mean, I think from the outside looking in, maybe the goaltending would have been a surprise, but I think we knew what we had in coming in internally at least.
Yeah.
So she's definitely surprised a lot of people, and I mean Taborski was awesome. She was untested coming in. She was really good. But as far as like surprises go, I mean we've got 2 freshmen in the top 6, which has been awesome. Offensively, and Karan started off really hot. She's still playing really well. She had 2 points against UNH the other day.
She is getting so much attention physically from the other team. She has to be at the top of their scouting. Just put the body on her and piss her off.
Yeah. Well, she's that's one thing that's been really good with her, because she did have a bit of a reputation for getting a little bit overexcited if you put a body on her or something like that, but she's controlled that so well this year, which I'll be honest with you. Like, that was the first conversation her and I had when she got here. Like, your next 3 months is going to dictate the next 4 years of your career. Like, if somebody is a pest to you, if they bother you and you react negatively, then it's not going to pay off very well for you down the road. And I mean, we had the same conversation with Chloe. Like, Chloe was, it took her a minute to figure it out, but it's the same thing. So, I mean, Jackson's been unbelievable, and she's getting better every game, every single weekend. It's the assist that she had on Elo's goal, on Karan's goal.
That was the scouting. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was senior patience right there. Is what it was.
She came down the left wing. She turned like 2 defenders inside out with Karan driving the net, and she hesitated because Carp had told them that their D had a tendency to drop to take away the lane, and she let her slide by and then sauced it right on Karan's stick for the tap in. Karan got all the pub, but that was Jackson's play.
It was something we discussed in pre-scout.
That's awesome.
But like, just having as a freshman, especially having the presence of mind to, gather that information a day before and then be able to apply it in a game, like that's not very common for first-year players. Like, first-year players are just trying to figure out systems. They're trying to figure out the speed of the game, But we knew she was a really good player, but she's taken steps maybe a little bit quicker than we anticipated, which is great. Yeah, I mean, not really two big surprises. I think we're trending in the right direction, which is exciting.
Oh, that's good. That's great. I'm psyched for it to come back. It's funny. Like, your first week, like, all right, I can catch my breath now and I can focus on other stuff. And then it's like, when are we coming back? When are we coming back? Yeah. No,
it's pretty much how it is. We haven't been able to catch our breath though. We've been like full gear. We're still practicing, but we've been on the road pretty heavily. Like, as soon as I think UNH was done, so we finished that game Wednesday night, and I was already on the road Thursday afternoon.
How does that work? So they can't go home then, really?
No, they're going home. Most of them are going home late this week.
Oh, okay. All right, so they get a little bit.
Yeah. They'll get like 2.5 weeks. They come back.
Oh, nice.
27th, we start back up. So most of them will come back on the 26th.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's a weird weekend too when you come back. You have was it BC and Holy Cross? Like, not the same. It's not a double. It's
Holy Cross Merrimack, I think.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, Merrimack. Oh, yeah.
I think.
Physical.
I don't know, man. I didn't even know what day it was this morning. So you just gotta. I'm living day by day. We're finally gonna get a little bit of a break. We got the athletics holiday party coming up, which I'm very excited about every year. It's wonderful. But then we're getting back on the road. And my daughter, big shout out to CCM. I got a big box in my office today. They fully outfitted her. So she's nice. Yeah. So maybe her and Riley can start together. But we tried on all of her gear tonight. She's loving it.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's very excited about the gloves. She loves the gloves. So
we'll talk offline because with that alumni skate, I want to see if I can get myself out there.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Again, that's Coach Berm's dojo.
All right. I will talk to Berm.
Another one went pretty well, so I think
another one who was dumb enough to give me her cell phone. All right, that's it for that's what we got for Northeastern. So,
all right, cool.
But we still have Carp, which is always nice.
Yeah, good on you, Carp. We're gonna talk a little beer league hockey now.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Damn, I don't know if we can.
There you go.
There. Yeah, you did it.
Oh boy, are you guys here?
Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
All right, guys. I've never done it with 4 people before.
That's a good job. All right, you ready?
All right. Yep. Let's go.
This is
Beauty Unis.
Oh, Beauty Unis. Don't look away, look the part for all your jerseys, everything. Just call these guys. Look, I don't know how else we can say this. You dum-dums that are out there with Beer League and you have 15 guys wanting to come up with a design. just call Beauty Uni's sake. This is our team name. Make it look cool and just stand out of their way.
I picked this one, Brownie, because it reminded me of your painting company.
Yeah, I like this. This is Rangers colors, right? But a little different.
No, it looks kind of exactly the same with the.
Isn't it? Don't they have a red stripe at the top too for the Rangers? No, am I making that up?
Rangers have some on their shoulders.
It's pretty similar.
Well, it's Rangers colors, maybe a little different, and it's called the Dogs, DAWGS, which is nice because that's how Delaney refers to the Huskies too. So that's cool, and it's a bulldog with a spiked collar. I mean, it looks. This is a clean logo, and I like it for its simplicity. And I love bulldogs. At one point, Kenton made me a alternative logo for my painting company that looks very similar to this, but I was afraid it would scare the housewives that I deal with, so I didn't go with it. But I have it if we ever do jerseys. But yeah, this is clean. This is nice. It's you know who they are. I imagine you got a bunch of guys with beards, guys that skate with flippers on this team. A lot of numbers in the 40s. That's my impression of this.
No, they're definitely cool jerseys. We'll get those out on the Instagram. Definitely give those guys a follow. That's Beauty Unis. Trying to think, Beer League. We finally won a couple games, Brownie, so that's been interesting. We got another game. Got a game tomorrow night. I think we got 3 wins on the year so far. It's been a struggle, man, but it's fun hanging out with Clap, couple of the boys. My question for you.
Are you gonna fix this? We can see each other.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to stop sharing that.
There you go.
All right. So my question for you is, I'm on this beer league team. I've already explained this before. I was on it, then moved to Nashville. Now I'm back on it. Different faces on the team, right? So I would consider myself a veteran, even though I was out like the last 3 years, because I think I was on the team for like 3 or 4 years prior. I don't know any of the new guys, but my question for you is, in close games, whatever it might be, I'm on the forward side. Our captain's a defenseman. There's really only, like, he's our captain. There's another dude that's been on the team for a while that knows all the newer guys or whatever. At what point can I take the forwards aside and tell them what to do?
So
in terms of changes, power play.
I can only relate this to the team I'm on now. This is my 3rd year on the team. And my first year, I didn't say shit. I didn't say a word. My 2nd year, there was a couple of different, I'm going to call them explosions on the bench, where I just couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. And now this is my 3rd year. I'm thinking about, before we go out on the ice next game, be like, hey, boys, if I could just talk to everybody for a minute or two. So there are some things that I see in our team.
When I was on the team earlier, I kind of controlled the forwards.
Like, well, is there no forward captain? Is there no offensive captain?
Not really, no. And I'm thinking I'm just going to do it next week. And if people don't like it, then I'm going to tell our captain, you need to kick those guys off the team.
Or you got to say, or you could just go, you could preemptive it and be like, hey, look, there's no offensive captain. So this is what I think. And just start talking.
We have private conversations and he's cool with it. But like, I'm talking in the game. Like, there were a couple of times last game where power play, the line that went out should not have been the line that went out. And penalty kill.
You can say that in the locker room before you go out and be like, look, I'm going to run the bench.
I think that's kind of where I'm going with that.
But my only advice to you is I would say something ahead of time while everybody's calm, as opposed to in the moment. And someone's going, it could go over. If you lay it out ahead of time, say, hey boys, look, I know we won last game, but there were some things I saw wrong. What's his name? The defensive captain?
Hildy.
Say, look, Hildy's got the back end, but we don't have a voice up front, so I'm doing it.
Yeah, the issue is the kids who suck think they know a lot of shit, and I think there's going to be some battles there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Are you better?
Huh?
Are you better than those kids that you're referring to?
Brownie.
Well, then,
what are we doing here?
As long as you're not acting like a dick, I don't see a problem.
No, I think yes.
As the coach,
may I?
and a veteran beer leaguer himself.
Hang on here. Hildy's the guy that knows everybody.
Yeah.
You tell Hildy to tell them that you're going to run the front.
You should 100%.
I think that's what we're going to do.
Because you come in, you say, "Hey guys, I'm running the front." Who the hell's this guy?
Yeah, and when they say that, if I had my way, I'd be like, "Okay, there's the door."
Well, that's not going to work either.
Yeah, it's like-
No, but if I were to
need
do that, we would win way more games.
Yeah, but
Because
it doesn't
the
need
kids
to be
the kids that would get the door,
confrontational, and these guys all paid the same amount of money as you.
100%, but they don't hate to fucking lose, and it drives me insane.
So you're going to just play the Shoresy clip.
They don't hate to lose. They don't. They go
I get
out
that,
if
but
we
you're gonna
win
play
or
the
lose,
Shoresy
whatever.
clip.
Like I play hockey because I love hockey, right? But like the main reason why I go to hockey is to win fucking games. Like there's something about winning. And I know it's beer league, and that sounds so fucking stupid. But I've been taught winning is cool and losing is for losers, and they just they don't care. They just don't give a fuck. And we have a game tomorrow night. I'm gonna text Hildy and be like, "Hey, dude, this is what's going on." Because the amount of times we have a power play and we put out a line that can't even connect the pass, or a penalty kill, and we put out a kid who can't skate. I'm just standing there. I'm like, this is why we fucking lose games. Like literally right here.
I stood up on the bench last game and I was like, "Get off the ice!" It was a penalty kill, and the wrong guy was out there.
I might have to do that.
I think you should text Hildy and be like, "Hey, man, listen, I was thinking about it, and you need to name me the forward leader."
Dude, and you know what sucks is like every week we need subs. So I've been getting my friends to come play. So we've been getting better and better and better. But now, like last game, we had a full bench. I can have any of my buddies come and we got fucking killed. And it's like,
Someone's got to take action there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
I feel like we're the New York Rangers. They don't hate to lose.
So who are you?
I'm Mark Messier, dude, playing hockey in fucking 2024.
Low Cooley.
That's what I'm
At
doing.
least Low Cooley's doing something.
I was waiting to see who he's like. I can't say on Trocheck anymore because I just ripped him for a half hour.
No, it's like I love going to hockey. I still hang out with the boys, like whatever. But like I used to be fired up to go to hockey, and now it's like,
it's not fun if you're losing.
I can't wait to go lose by 5.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my goal is to stay awake until fucking hockey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I have a funny story that I have to tell you guys offline. Can you please remember this when we wrap this podcast up? Because you guys are gonna think this is really fucking funny. That's what we got with Beer League. Damn, hour 15. All right, heroes and zeros. We're gonna do it. Hit the button. All right, heroes and zeros. I just have one hero. Have you guys ever heard of the game? It's called Werewolf.
I've heard of it, but I don't know how to play it.
So are you guys familiar with Barstool? Like, do you guys know what the Barstool Yak is?
No.
Oh, it's fucking annoying.
It's like Big Cat and those guys, and they just talk for an hour. But they played this game on it the other day, and it's fucking hilarious. So they played it on Yak, and then they did like their own video. So like, say there's 12 people. Out of the 12 people, 3 people are werewolves, 1 person's a seeker, and 1 person's a nurse. So each round, a moderator says, "All right, everybody go to sleep," and everybody goes to sleep, and they go, "Werewolves, wake up." And the 3 people that are werewolves open their eyes.
How do you know who's werewolf?
Because you're given a card.
Oh, okay.
And so nobody knows anybody what's going on. So they say, "Werewolves, wake up." And all 3 werewolves, they open their eyes, they know that they're all werewolves, and they pick somebody to kill. Then they say, "Werewolves, go to sleep." And then they say, "Doctor, wake up." And the doctor wakes up, and the doctor can save anybody in the group. Nobody knows what role everybody has.
Mm-hmm.
They can save anybody in the group from being killed. So normally the doctor like picks themselves so they don't die, right? And then it goes, "Seeker, wake up." And somebody wakes up, and they can point at anybody in the group of 11 plus them. And the moderator lets them know, okay, that's a werewolf or that's not a werewolf. And then at the end, they say, "Everybody wake up." And then depending on who's picked, they say this person's been killed throughout the course of the night. And that person, if you're dead, you can't talk. So that person's gone. And then everybody has to deliberate with each other who they think the werewolves are. And it goes round by round. So then they deliberate. They think this person's a werewolf, and they kill them off. And they still don't know if the person's a werewolf, a common person, a nurse, seeker, whatever it is. So the goal of the game is, if you're a common person, is to stay alive and kill a werewolf. And the werewolves want to kill the regular people. Did any of that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you.
It sounds very Among Us-ish.
Dude, I watched it. They came out with like a 2.5 hour video. If you guys ever are just like bored looking to something,
you watched this for 2.5 hours.
They played like different rounds. It looks so much fucking fun, dude, and it's hilarious because everybody has to deliberate. Nobody has any idea.
This is why he couldn't podcast the other night. He was watching this fucking 2.5 hour
video. No, that's not accurate.
Carp's in his hotel room in Canada waiting for us.
That's my hero, and they also have Barstool Survivor out right now. which has been really funny watching Biz fuck around with a bunch of normal people. So those are my heroes. They're kind of giving me through shit. That's what I got. I thought I was going to get a better reaction out of that story, but
the 2.5 hour video is what threw me out of the whole thing.
there's different rounds though, and like the rounds go
longer than a movie.
The rounds go no. The rounds go for a while, right? Because there's 12 people you have to deliberate, and you keep going through and through. They played like 4 rounds of it, but it's pretty fucking funny. Like there was one time they just kept killing off the same person each round, so the person couldn't play. So, yeah, dude. So they'd be dead, and then like 40 minutes go by, and they're like, "New game, I can't wait to play," and then they're dead again.
And then
I think Carp, I think you should try this on the bus ride to Maine and with the team, and let us know how
it's a good team bonding thing because you have to deliberate. You have to kind of be like you have to like. If you're the nurse or the seeker or the doctor or the seeker, you don't want the werewolves to know that's who you are, right? And then when you die, if you're the seeker, you can't be like, "Oh, hey, I was a seeker." Like people quite literally have no idea. I just thought it was fucking.
You gotta send the link. Send the link.
I'll send you. I know Jesse will watch it. I'll send you. The
watch
link,
a little
dude.
bit of it.
Attaboy.
I'll check that out.
2 hours, but I'll watch a little.
It's good. What do you guys got for heroes and zeros?
I have 4 heroes.
Yeah, good luck following that, dude.
I'm fine. I can buzz through these. So my first one's Bob Luz. This is a family friend. I asked him for his mom. I've known him my whole life, like an older brother. I asked him for his mom's icebox cake recipe. And when I asked him for it, he told me that he didn't think I had earned it. And this is via text. And I was like, unfucking believable. And then I had to send him a picture of Riley with her bottom lip out saying, "I can't believe you're going to deny my daughter."
Brownie, that's gaudy to send him that.
And then he told me that it was so low of me to use my child as emotional blackmail. But then he relented and gave me the fucking recipe. And he goes, "Make sure you tell." He literally said to me, "Make sure you tell on your podcast that I gave you the recipe." So that is why I'm doing this. And yet, for all the Luzes out there, yet again, Bob wins. So actually, Carp,
if I were Bob, I would have sent you the recipe, but I would have fucked up. What?
Do you know Zach Luz?
I don't know.
He might be a little older than you. He's an acting guy too.
He should have changed 3 of the ingredients.
Just typical
salt.
Right, dude? Just like weird shit. You're like, oh, I guess that goes in there. That's pretty fucking funny.
Spitting it out.
So that got a nut allergy? Okay, put some fucking almonds in there.
Here's my other ones real quick. So Katie Knoll reached out to me and asked me if me and Riley wanted her game tickets for when Minnesota was playing in Boston. We couldn't go, but so nice of her, Katie. What a beauty.
That's cool.
Coach Carp reached out to me about yesterday's PWHL game. He was on the sheet before he got here. Reached out to me yesterday asking if we wanted to go to the PWHL game, but we were on the float in the parade. We could not. But so he's my other hero. And then my last hero is my daughter I'm telling you guys, I'm going to try to do this without getting emotional. We were talking, so we rescued that insane dog, right? We've established that. I told you about that. And we were talking about getting a Christmas tree. And I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. There's a good chance he rips this thing down or humps it or who fucking knows what he does. And I'm like, and I said to her, I go, I don't know if we can get a tree with Smooch. And she goes, a Christmas tree is the second most important thing of Christmas. And I go,
true.
And me and my wife kind of looks at each other. And Carp, you'll appreciate this. When you look at your wife, sometimes you're like, oh, what are they going to say? And I look at her and I go, buddy, what's the number one thing about Christmas? I would have bet a mortgage payment she was going to say presents. She looks at me and she goes, you have to be kind to everybody.
Wow.
And I almost bawled right there. So my daughter's actually my wife and my daughter, my hero, because she didn't get that from me. She got that from my wife. So
the parent, that's probably the best response you could get.
We're getting the tree this weekend. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you have how big Smooch?
He is now he's probably over 60 pounds. He was skin and bones when we got him.
You can get one of those gates that go around.
Dude, I think he'll be fine. He just gets super excited, like when we come home and he gets that anxiety and he grabs stuff. He's ripped 2 fucking coat hooks or jacket racks off the wall with big holes, and I'm like I'm not getting paid for fixing stuff here. Like, what are we doing? So yeah.
Can you imagine if she said you have to be kind and you and the wife are like, "Aw," and she's like, ha, "Psych."
Not for a few more years. That won't happen until she's playing hockey.
Oh, that'd be so good.
So yeah. So I and she also told me that in another conversation, because she told her teacher that she has a friend who's a pro hockey player, meaning Katie. And she goes, I have a friend who's a pro hockey player. That's her job. And I go, well, you also know like Alina and Chloe. She goes, I just know them. Katie's my friend. And I was like, all right, no pressure. So now I got to get a fucking PWHL Katie Knoll jersey for Christmas.
That's awesome.
They ain't cheap.
No, I know. Cheaper than a Bruins one, though. So
you could reach out to Beauty Unis and just have them like
have them make one with all Katie's teams she's played on down the arm or something. Yeah, that'd be funny. Do you guys have heroes?
Yeah, you guys got heroes?
So I saw an article last week. It was around Thanksgiving time. There was I just pulled the article up here. A mail carrier in Illinois. He was a substitute mail carrier. His name is Jalen Lockhart. He saw somebody, an elderly man, fall while he was doing his route. Got out, helped him, made sure he was okay. Wanted to make sure he was doing all right. The family that he helped, Guy and Marcia Miller of Aurora, Illinois, they welcomed him to their house for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Had him celebrate with them. I thought that was really cool. I mean, just
that's what the holiday's about. Yeah.
Yeah, a simple act of kindness, human kindness, which we definitely need.
Yep.
Always, especially right now. Turns into something like this. So it was really cool to hear about that. Really cool to see that, and cool for him, I'm sure, to celebrate with new friends.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Fucking good story, Jesse. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh.
Yeah, Carp. Good luck on that one, bud. What do you got?
I mean, I'll go with two. Mine would be my heroes. So, Ked, you might not know them, but Brownie, I think you do. Mary Ciampa and Linda Lundergan.
Oh yeah,
they just started the push for the women's bean pot.
The bean pot. Those are the women that came on last year. Women X.
Yeah.
We talked about. Yeah.
And their goal is to sell this thing out this year. So they've been absolutely crushing it. But they have like discounted tickets that they're giving away. They have links. They were a big reason why it got the reception that it did last year.
Yeah.
So they're two big heroes for me for sure. I'd say my other one, this is a dad one for sure. My daughter's been crushing it in like learning to skate and stuff, like getting better every week, and it's so much fun to go. Like normally I don't like spending she's 4. Normally I don't like spending my free time in the rink if I can help it, just because I'm in there so much as it is. But every week we go. It's only 25-minute sessions. She's I know it sounds so stupid, but she's like gliding now. She's striding. It's awesome, and that's why she's so fired up about hockey now too. She was wearing her gear around the house earlier today.
That's great.
So
that's gotta be so cool as a parent.
Oh, it was awesome.
I'm going to leverage Carp's daughter. I'm going to be like, Coach Carp's daughter's 4. She's skating, so you might want to get going.
You are not the first person. It's awesome too, because she's like she's like genuinely into it, right? Like it's not like and I'm trying to. It's tough for me as like a hockey person, right? Like I'm trying to be like realistic and like, but I catch myself like. Not saying like, oh my God, she's going to be an absolute stud, but like, it's just so
why didn't you go indirect there?
Yeah. Why can't you go around cones? Why can't you skate backwards?
Catch a pass with your skate. Oh,
yeah. It's so wild to see like the little improvements every week. It just makes it way more fun. So there's my hero right there.
Nice. I just thought of a zero actually. Your Ked's favorite. Fuck you, John Tortorella. You're gonna come out after the Bruins Flyers game and complain about the Bruins diving when clearly, what's his name, Mitchkov?
Oh, you don't think the Bruins were diving?
Definitely dove in.
Listen, you could say the Bruins were diving, but you gotta clean up your own yard before you start yelling about everybody else.
I did think that was a wild take that he like went out and did that after the Mitchkov thing, but still, like
Mitchkov was diving all over the place, and then the next game, Mitchkov got a
misconduct.
Misconduct. It was signing autographs on the way to the locker room.
That's such a rock star
George,
thing to
clean
do.
up clean up your own backyard before you start looking at other people's.
I like this.
I loved the autograph thing. I thought that was funny as shit.
Yeah, but Tortorella, it's all about the game. It's all about the game. Well,
Could you imagine, like, what do you think Torts thought about that? He gets kicked off. Torts is probably pissed. He turns around and gets fucking signing an autograph.
I bet you.
Torts is going, what am I going to do? If I go at him too hard, I'm going to get fired.
If I go at him too hard, he's going to go back to Russia.
Yeah, that. Yeah. So
I loved all that. I thought it was great.
You know what? The Rangers might not be winning all the games, but at least they're not diving, right, Jesse? So,
yeah, they're just
you guys have
on their own.
Like the Flyers.
One of the Aginlas just got hurt.
Yeah,
the son.
Tish there. He's getting hip surgery. Yeah.
Hopefully he'll be all right there. But that's pretty much all I got. What do you guys got? Anything else?
No, you're supposed to tell us a story.
Oh no, this is offline.
This is
offline.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
I've got nothing I want to talk about because the Rangers suck. So
Attaboy, Jess. That's how we wrap it up. Brownie.
As always, God bless you, Jerome. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas holiday and that you get the card I sent you. I don't know if you have me blocked by mail yet, but hope everything's good for you up in beautiful, sunny Calgary, Alberta.
All right, guys. Carp, thanks for coming. Jesse, great job. Brownie, A+ as always. We will talk to you guys next week. Episode 351. Done. See you later.
Done.